Assalamu alaikum to all the NUSTIAN members in the USA. I hope and I pray that all of you and your family members are happy and healthy. NUSTIAN's election 2020. That is the topic of this presentation. In this presentation, I will talk about the process that we are adopting to hold our first election for the NUSTIAN USA chapter in 2020. So I will be sharing a presentation, so please bear with me. Before this organization, all our members, all our volunteers, and most of you were working independently. So we sit together and decide why we cannot have our own organization, our own non-profit organization, which basically work for the benefit of the alumni in the USA or anywhere in the world. So before I tell you the process that we have for our first election, I want to give you a little background of our organization. So initially 20 odd members, we raised like $2,000. We hired a lawyer. We registered ourselves first in the Arizona. In January 2018. By March, we have registered as a nonprofit, and the next step was to get a tax exempt status. So we filed a paperwork along with the Constitution and bylaws, and we got the tax exempt status as a 501c3 nonprofit in November 2018, exactly 2 years back. So initially, there were 3 people who volunteered to become its directors. Shiraz is the president, myself, Secretary General, and the Suhaib. And the other key designations beside these 3 were the VP Coordination, VP Alumni, VP Academics, VP Industry. So as I said that once we have registered, we said, what should be the mission statement? The mission statement was very simple: to work for the benefit of the alumni in the United States, as well as current student NUST, and if the students are in the USA as well. So to achieve this mission, we set our objective, which were keep evolving, but the main focus was to bring the latest research in the academia and the industry to the NUST as well as to our students. We wanted to develop young leaders. We wanted to engage with them. We wanted to sponsor the future. We wanted to do as many social activities so we stay together and we stay strong. So the story that started with 20 odd members in 2017, by 2020, we are more than 700 members, and you see them on various social platforms from Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Twitter. So under the umbrella of this organization, we have one board of trustees, which is not yet complete. It will be completed in coming days as we hold our first election. But the key office or key entity of this organization is the NUST Executive Committee, which we currently have 31 members. Beside these 31 members, we have over 60 plus volunteers who are working for various causes within this organization, from communication team to coaching the student, web development, mentorship. There are 16 alumni, 48 alum. We have representation from almost every college. But NEC is the office where each and every decision taken until now, and inshallah in the future as well, all the decisions will be taken by the members of the NEC. So as I said, that we have presence everywhere in almost every state within the USA. NUSTIANs are present everywhere. So we thought that why we need to register ourselves in all the states for the charity purposes. So there are 39 states which require that you need to be registered if you want to do any sort of a charity work. So for 33 states, which are highlighted in yellow, are done. We started this process just a couple of months back. A few are left, and our lawyers are going alphabetically. And we are also conscious that the states where we do not have presence, we are not filing it. So for administrative purposes, we have divided ourselves into 7 regions: Northwest, Silicon Valley, Southern California, Southwest, Southeast, Northeast, Midwest. But there are several cities which are more active because of the presence of more alumni there. And as per the Constitution, any city which have more than 10 members automatically will have 1 seat at the NEC. So those cities that we recognize currently have more than 10 members are Boston, Washington, D.C., New York City, New Jersey, Kansas, Houston, Dallas, Austin, Florida, Phoenix, Michigan, and Chicago. Yes, there are some states and some cities. So what is the process? We are holding an election in 2 phases. Our first phase, as I said, that NEC is the key over here. You need to be a member of the NEC if you want to become the president or secretary of this organization, or some other key designation you want to have. So we are seeking the nomination for the city leads, and the nomination deadline is November 22nd. And our first election for these city leads will be on December 6th. After this phase is complete, we will have the second phase for the president and the secretary general. Nominations for the president and the secretary general as a panel is November 29th, and the election will take place on December 30th. Election cell will consist of one member from each region. There are 7 regions. So plus the Secretary General, there will be 8 members. But if you want to become the observer uh, within the election cell, you are more than welcome to join. And all the nominations will be sent to this email, elections_nustian@nustianusa.org. So for the CTDs, the criteria is very simple. You just have to be legally present in the United States on any visa and you can become the CTD. You can be student, you can be professional. But for the Secretary General and the President, as per the Constitution, which was signed by the key by the NEC, the first NEC of the NUSTIAN, which we filed with the IRS, it requires you need to meet such certain criteria. And what is the criteria? To participate in president election or to be considered for the key appointments, candidates have to be an active member for at least 3 consecutive years. So this is for the coming years, but for this year, since we none of us meet this criteria, so we basically decided anyone who have a 2-year experience working with this within the organization. President should have been a regional lead of the NUSTIAN or serve as a NUSTIAN executive committee in the past 3 years. Members meeting the criteria to be president and secretary general of the organization will contest the election as a panel. Yes, as a panel. And once this panel is a success, they will nominate the rest of the team. President-elect and his panel will serve for a period of 2 years, just like us. We are completing our 2 years. The first panel is supposed to complete 3 years. So we are completing our 2 years. The next 6 months will be transition. By the June 30th, 2021, inshallah, new president and his team will take oath and start the process. So this was the roadmap. If you have any questions, you can reach me directly, or you can reach any of the members of the NEC, and you can write an email to elections_NUSTIAN USA, or you can write an email to me as well. Now is the time to become member of the NEC. Now is the time you volunteer. Now is the time that you take this organization to the next level. We started this process. We were the earlier co-founders. We provided you the platform. There are so many people who are already working with us. There's no favoritism over here. Anyone can become member of the NEC. Anyone can participate in the election for the president and the secretary general if you meet that criteria. Why we have a 2 or 3 year? Because our organization is coordinating with various other organizations within the USA as well as NUS. We have MOU, we have an agreement. We are also working with the other organizations. The NUSTIAN USA has set these standards very high. We are helping the other chapters to organize themselves in other countries. We are helping the other college and their alumni to organize themselves in the USA as well. So you are more than welcome. And I encourage you to volunteer, to become the lead, to join the NEC and take this organization to the next level. And this is just my suggestion, and hope that you will show enthusiasm to participate in this election. Allah Hafiz, wherever you are, stay safe, stay happy. Allah Hafiz.